Welcome back to GBGuns Armory, the series where we're going back over stuff that I reviewed previously, giving you a little more of the thoughts and feels, a little bit less of the facts and performance because that was already covered in the main review. Today is this handsome fella. This is a Palmetto State Armory GF3 AK pistol that I bought a while back. Yes, I'm not one of Palmetto State Armory's guys that gets sent everything in reviews and says it's all wonderful. No, this is one I bought, and it's beautifully built. As you saw, no side rail because it has a railed top cover, and this top cover is hinged, which is spectacular. Very sturdy, so fairly good at keeping zero, at least at any zero you'd need for a short barrel. Short barrel AK, by the way, it only takes 10 inches of 7.6239 to still surpass a 16-inch 5.56. Lots of energy. Used to be cheap ammo, which is one of the, I guess you could say, talking points. 7.6239 and 5.4539, I think, are my first experience since I've been in the gun world with a cartridge kind of falling to the wayside. In the case of this, it's because there are very few domestic producers. Hornady used to load both 5.45 and 7.6239. Rumor has it the cases were produced in Russia for them, and then the projectile and the loading was all done by Hornady. But it was pretty good ammo. Other than that, you didn't have a US source. Now, there's rumors that Palmetto State Armory themselves is going to get into making that stuff. I hope they do. I'd like to see the ammo come back to be a lot more affordable. It's funny, if you think about it, it wasn't even just 10 years ago that AKs and the AK calibers were for the poors and for dumping into trash out in the woods. And the AR was the rich, snooty guy gun. And the tables have kind of turned, a little flipped there, because we've had a shortage of AK parts, a shortage of AK ammunition. Stuff's had to be set up in the US. And unlike the AR, where any company that wants to brand an AR can simply order a bunch of mil-spec parts from various suppliers who white label all day long, slap it together without much tools, and then laser engrave their brand on it and call it the latest greatest thing and sell it for whatever they want to sell it for. The AK is not so much assembled as it is built. The barrel has to be pressed into a steel trunnion. That trunnion has to be pressed into this stamped steel receiver. Then rivets have to be applied with just the right amount of pressure. The front sight base gets hydraulically pressed on, and then there's a lot of things that, a lot of opportunity for stuff to go wrong. And so it requires really a higher level of skill to build, ironically, than the AR. I love AKs. I 3-gunned with them. I got to run the Center T AK class. Center T probably won't be in the States for a while, unfortunately, but those are the Spetsnaz instructors that teach civilian defense with a little bit of Russian flair, as you can imagine. I also got to run the Thunder Ranch Urban Rifle Course with an AK, and all of those experiences have only reinforced my appreciation for the caliber and love of the platform. It's just a shame you don't get to see them much anymore. So what I want to hear from you guys is where you think things are going with the AK and those calibers, if you've seen that cultural flip, if you will, and then if you're into them, have you tried one of these PSAs? Now, this one's in near pristine condition. It was when I'd already been through the courses and was at a point of having to batch produce reviews as quickly as possible. So I got it in and went out to the range, filmed the range video, and did all that testing, etc. And then it moved on. And unfortunately, since that time, I only get to the range for leisure a couple times a year. And that's for several years. I had to be at the range pretty much every weekend out of the year because there was something to review. That's how I got to 1,400 videos. It kept me really busy. I thought it was going to grow the channel. Whatever. So, point being, I really enjoy this thing, but haven't had a chance to enjoy it in quite some time. And now that the ammo isn't dirt cheap anymore, I gotta do the math on whether or not I can spend those rounds to have fun in case I might need those rounds for review later on. Just the reality of YouTubing on something you're passionate about. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching.